Welcome to Sit Downs with City Lifestyle, Vegas Edition podcast. My name is Chrissy Bound, publisher for Henderson City Lifestyle, and we are back with our Meet the Partners series. So joining us today is my friend Kim Jacobs, owner of Great Harvest Bread Company, Henderson. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you, Chrissy. And I love that I'm your friend.
Of course you are. Oh my gosh. So we've worked together for what, 3 years now, I think.
Has it been that long?
It's been almost 3 years. And I feel like now our worlds are just so intertwined, which just happens, you know, when you work so closely together. But I'm so grateful for you and glad to have you back. It's your second time on the podcast.
I know. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, you did a great job the first time and people loved it. So we're back for round 2.
Awesome.
In case people might have missed our first podcast, tell us a little bit about Great Harvest for those who aren't familiar.
Okay, Great Harvest is a bread bakery first.
Okay.
So we build everything around our bread. We're a bakery cafe, so we make sandwiches and salads and soups and lots of good sweets, and we sell a lot of gourmet food items, but we are a scratch bakery.
Okay.
Everything that we make is from scratch. And it is a franchise. It's called it's a freedom franchise. So it's a very well-known brand in Utah and Montana where it originated. It's 50 years old.
Wow.
But the freedom element really allows us to operate like a ma and pa. And in fact, each bakery is owned and operated by the owner. You know, we own it. And it's not, we're connected to the franchise by some recipes, and we need to purchase our wheat from them because it's highly controlled quality wheat.
Okay.
And other than that, we can sell ukuleles if we want.
Sell ukuleles. Oh my God, I love that. So each of the bakeries has its own kind of unique look and feel to it that you guys have curated personally as the owners then.
Yeah, that's right.
I love that.
Yeah.
It always feels so cozy whenever I walk into Great Harvest, both of your locations, because you have 2.
We do.
And they kind of have a similar feel to them, but regardless of which one I go to, it just feels so like warm, you know? That's the vibe I get when I go in there.
We want it to feel like, you know, everybody knows who you are. And in our Horizon Ridge and Carnegie location, that one I think has been there the longest, I believe. Maybe Marks and Sunset has, but it feels more like the community bakery because you get your regulars constantly all the time. Everybody knows your name there. And
I love that.
It's a little cozier, but we are going to do a facelift on that soon.
Ooh.
So that'll be nice. It's
in the works.
It's in the works, yeah.
Yeah.
And our Marks Street, it kind of ebbs and flows more with the casual shopper, the shopper who, you know, comes on the weekend and that type of thing. And it's where we do our baking. We do all our baking at that location. So it's a bit bigger, it can hold more people, and it's more updated. Yeah.
I love that. Well, and you guys are baking at odd hours of the night to prep for the next day. So what time do people go into the bakery to start baking the bread?
So on the normal schedule, it's midnight. We have our bakers come in at midnight. And they bake till 5, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, depending on how much. Holiday season, we back up the bake. We might start as early as 10 p.m. the night before. Sometimes even 6 p.m. when we really get crazy. And because we deliver to our Horizon Ridge location, and everything is baked from scratch.
Yep.
That's what makes us unique.
Yeah.
And it's a labor.
Because you're milling your own wheat, correct?
Yeah, that's right. So our wheat is milled on the premises, and it allows for the most fresh bread.
Wow.
And when we make bread from scratch, it takes time.
Yes.
You know, it takes 6 hours to produce a batch of bread. Wow. We ferment it. You know, there's a fermentation process, and there's 3 hours of fermentation time in every batch of bread for us. So,
oh my gosh.
Not many bakeries do that. It's too expensive. It takes too long. So they tighten that up to maybe an hour, half an hour. And most bakeries actually have their bread made in a centralized area, like a commissary bakery, and shipped out to them.
Okay.
Like the chains do that, for sure.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to name those? Not just kidding.
No, it's okay. I mean, I love it
it
because the other thing, too, that I've noticed is when I buy bread from Great Harvest, it lasts longer. It feels like it lasts longer, and you can taste the difference because it's so fresh, you know? Yeah. There's nothing like going in and getting one of those. You guys always offer slices.
We do.
Every single time I go in, I get offered a slice with the butter, too. The butter is so good. Oh, my gosh. Yeah. And I always have to try one. And I think I've probably tried every single type of bread that you guys make there at this point. But it just tastes so much fresher because like you guys are making it here locally, you know?
It doesn't have to travel. It doesn't have to, sit on a shelf in a grocery store for 3 weeks or whatever it might be. So there's no preservatives.
Which
That's
is great.
the thing.
So it's healthier too.
It is totally healthier.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I love it. I mean, you guys have such a loyal fan base at the bakery. What are some of the top fan favorites that you see people coming back for?
So our honey whole wheat and our Dakota, which are whole grains, so that is a fan favorite.
Yep.
Our sourdough, we've had a huge sourdough following, in the last 4 or 5 years. That's used to be kind of an average bread, and now it's our top seller.
Wow.
And we make variations of it. So we make like an olive feta sourdough on Saturdays and an Asiago sourdough on Thursdays. But every day we have sourdough. And then our Cinnaburst.
Yeah, the Cinnaburst is so good.
Those are the ones that people come for.
Yep.
Yeah.
The pumpkin O too is another one of my favorites. That's one of more of like the seasonal ones that you guys do. But you guys have a lot of people that are looking for those seasonal types of treats. Like me, I'm sitting here, it's the middle of the summer and I'm like waiting for the pumpkin O to come back,
Right. But we do make our pumpkin spice bread and our pumpkin chocolate chip bread all year round.
Which is another great one.
So that is probably, we call that our crack bread.
Okay.
Because once someone has it, they're like, oh my gosh, this is so good. And we realized that we have a following all year. Why just bring it back in the fall?
Yeah.
So it's all year. If you ever have a hankering for pumpkin, come on over to Great Harvest Bread Company.
I'm so glad you call it that because honestly, this. So both me and my husband went through that phase where we were there at least twice a week and we were getting something, whether it be a sandwich or whether it be bread or whatever. And I'm glad that you call it the crack bread because I was like, is something wrong with us? Like we're here all the time because once you get the sandwiches or the bread, it just tastes different and we went through a series of time where we couldn't get away. We just needed the bread, So,
but we love that.
Yeah, I know. Well, and it was nice because to your point, when we walk in, everybody knows us. They know what we like. My husband was obsessed with the Italian. What is the Italian called again? The
Little Italy.
Little Italy. Okay, I think this man had like 2 Little Italies a week for probably 2 months straight. He was obsessed. But it is so good.
It is good.
And the thing I like about it is there's something really for everybody there, So obviously, we've talked about the breads, but from the lunch or a breakfast standpoint, there's tons of options as well for people to choose from.
There really are. So we have obviously the sandwiches that we make fresh and salads and people do a lot, we cater as well.
Yeah.
So we do boxed lunches or just a normal catering style lunch as well. And I think what people don't realize is that they can order treat trays. Like some people, you go into an office, you take in donuts.
Yeah.
Well, you can come in and we'll make a box of sweets for you. So it'll be cookies and bars and breads all sliced up. We'll do it on the spot. And so why not bring in an amazing tray of treats that is got pumpkin bread and lemon blueberry and blondies and brownies and lemon bars and things like, cookies that appeal and people love receiving them.
Oh, yeah.
And so we do a huge business like that during the holiday time, but we have people who come back whenever they're going to go into an office, like a rep or something like that, they bring in the trays of treats and they're fabulous and they leave an impression when you leave them.
Absolutely, because it's different than the standard, to your point, like just a dozen donuts or something like that. And there's unique things for people to try.
Well, here's the thing that I learned. I'm not like a baker who started a business. I'm a business person who got into a bakery.
Yeah.
And so when we first started, and we hired a baker a few years ago, and he came in and he said, "You don't have any shortening here." I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "Everything's butter." I said, "Yeah, because butter's better. And it tastes better."
Yeah.
And he was shocked that we didn't use a different kind of fat in our baked goods that maybe wasn't as flavorful but was less expensive.
Interesting.
And so we make, like when you eat our cookies, when you have if you ever have our brownie, you will never have another brownie.
Yeah.
Because they just don't measure up.
Yeah.
And everything we make is really high quality and it's baked fresh every day. And so you're not having things sit around for 4 or 5 days on the shelf. It just doesn't happen. The other thing I learned was we got a call early on. I got a call early on from, I don't know who it was, but they asking me, where do you get your brownies? Where do you get your lemon bars? Where do you get your baked goods? And it was someone trying to sell me, something from them that they could bring in
and
provide frozen, thrown in the oven or whatever. And I'm confused. I don't understand the question.
Yeah.
And I finally realized, Bakeries don't do this. There are lots of bakeries that buy their stuff from Cisco or U.S. Foods or something like that. They bring it in frozen and then they bake it.
And they heat it up.
And I had no idea.
Interesting. I didn't know that either.
Yes.
Because you think it's going to be, when it says fresh, you just think it's going to be fresh, but they're not actually
maybe
making
they freshly baked it that day.
Yeah.
But it came out of a freezer.
Yeah. Ugh. I mean, and you can really taste that difference. If you had to say one of the most underrated items on the menu, because I know, like, I fall into this trap too. I find what I like, and then I order it every single time. So there's got to be something that's just super underrated on the menu. What would you say?
Well, so that's hard because our menu's broad. But I would say on the sandwich side, our tuna salad sandwich is underrated.
I love tuna.
Yeah, if you've ever had ours, you won't go. It's amazing.
Oh my gosh.
And people that love tuna, come for it because we use an albacore tuna, and then we have a seasoned mayo that is kind of a secret mayo that we make. So and that makes it really good. So that would be on maybe the sandwich side.
Okay.
And I think that on our sweet side, our Rice Krispie squares.
Ooh, yeah. I've had those. Those are so good. They're so gooey.
Yes, there's a secret ingredient in there.
Okay.
Yes, I will not tell you what it is.
You don't have to tell me.
You have to read the label. It's
but
on the label.
I can taste it because when you pull them apart, like you can literally like see how like fresh and gooey they are.
Yes, and there's something in there that takes the taste, just elevates the taste. There's a little Canadian secret in there.
Okay.
And then I would say our Nanaimo bar, because nobody knows what the heck a Nanaimo bar is.
Yeah.
And we make them every Thursday, and it's a Canadian treat that when we were Canadian, we moved here. We've been here 20 years, and I couldn't get the Nanaimo bar.
Yeah. What is it?
You have to go and try it out. It's basically a kind of a chocolate on the bottom with coconut, so the base layer. There's a cream custard in the middle, and then it's topped with a hard layer of chocolate. And then we add a little bit of sea salt on the top. But in Canada, you get the Nanaimo bars. It's like a holiday treat. You get them every year for Christmas or whatever. You can find them anywhere. We couldn't find them here.
Yeah.
And so let's make them.
Let's just make them.
When you make the custard, you have to use bird's eye custard. You can't use some generic custard. So we bring in the bird's eye from wherever we can get it, from across.
I love it. I'm going to have to try this now.
There's some things that we make that are very unique. And that's the beauty of the freedom of the franchise that we're in, is that it really is owner operated and run. It's all our own, and we have we can do things that we want that suit our needs or the community.
I love
we
that.
We can serve the community better.
Well, and you mentioned, so you guys are originally from Canada. You've been here for 20 years. You raised your kids here.
Yes.
And, what was it that was the moment where you're like, okay, I'm going to transition from, your previous role in the corporate world to I'm going to buy a bakery?
It was one of those things that just was the right thing at the right time. And I just say it was the good Lord above telling us this is what we ought to do.
Yep.
And that, honestly, I have no better explanation than that. It's not like I was hunting for a business or wanted to get into food. In fact, I'd been in food before, waiting on tables to put myself through college.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to be in food. Why would I want to go to food, for crying out loud? It's a grind. But this is kind of quasi-food. I mean, definitely, a bakery is different from full-on restaurant. And it's casual dining, fast casual sandwiches, So we don't even qualify as a full-blown restaurant with the health department,
Yeah.
So it was really just that. It was the right thing for our family at the time. And we got into it because we knew we were supposed to.
I love it. And your kids have grown up in the bakery too.
They have.
And they've worked there.
They have.
As employees.
They have. My daughter, our youngest, we tell stories in the back where the mill is. When we were doing and holiday's always so busy and crazy. She was young, and we would get up in the morning, and I'd take her in, and we'd put a cot in that room, and we let her sleep. And she'd wake up, and she'd come out kind of at 11 o'clock or 10 o'clock and rubbing her eyes saying, what's going on?
Yeah.
But she would have to sleep
I'm
there.
ready for breakfast.
Right, because we didn't have anyone at home to watch her, and we were all working.
I love that story so much because that is the epitome of small business, right?
Yes, it is.
And I think those are the sides of running a business. People always look at, you're a business owner. It's so glamorous. There's all these things. Yeah. But these are the sides that people don't really get to see, where it's like, your daughter was sleeping in a cot in the back by the mill so that you guys could run this business and build this brand over all these years. And I think that's amazing. Yeah. And you do a lot of stuff here in the community as well. So what does it mean to you to be able to give back and be part of this community here in Henderson?
You know, it means everything, really.
Yeah.
We love the community. They've been so good to us, and we try to be good to the community as well.
Yeah.
You know, we've donated, I think last year it was $75,000 worth of product into the community through Hope for the City, through Three Square, through just gift baskets. We get lots of requests for donations, and we contribute to raffles and things like that when people are trying to fundraise. And we do lots that way. And you know, even just taking time with the people in the community. A lot of times someone comes into the bakery and they're lonely.
They just want to talk.
They just want to talk. And our people talk, you know, it happens. And we've seen people come and go, literally pass on. And it's kind of heart-wrenching. We had this one man who used to come in every morning, you know, JR. He'd get his brownie and his coffee, and he'd come in for years. And then you could see JR was getting sick. And JR, you know, and eventually he passed. And it was really hard on us, you know, because these people are part of our lives.
Yeah.
And you've been a business owner for decades, and you realize you're part of their lives too.
Yeah.
So
you get to know their stories, you get attached. And
I love it.
Yeah. I mean, would you say that's the best part of your job?
I think so. You know, it's knowing people and seeing them. And, you know, we have a couple named Dennis and Sharon who come in, and we know his order, and they always share a sandwich, and they want gingerbread cookies. It's their favorite. When are you making gingerbread, Kim? I said, it's a holiday thing, Dennis. So he's like, when's Christmas in July? I know Christmas in July is coming up. And so we'll make it every day Christmas in July, you know.
Yep.
Can you bring it back early this year? Yes, we can. We'll bring it back in October for you this year. You know,
we'll make a special batch for you.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
So
we love that.
You mentioned Christmas in July is right around the corner.
It is.
I mean, it's coming up quick. So tell us a little bit about what you guys do for Christmas in July.
So we run it the week of July that Christmas, like the 25th would fall on. So this year's the 20th to the 25th of July.
Okay.
And July is our slowest month of the year. It's hot. People don't want to get out. We all stay inside in AC, you know. And so what we do is we run all our Christmas things our products that we typically don't make except during the holidays, during December. So we'll bring back our cranberry orange bread, we'll bring back our gingerbread bread, our Mexican chocolate tea cake. We'll bring back our ginger cookies and snickerdoodle cookies and that type of thing. And we run, you know, I put out my retail product, you know, my aprons and all my Christmas stuff, and I discount that. And we make Christmas products, holiday products.
In the middle of the summer in July.
In the middle of the summer in July. And a lot of times we'll try to do pop-ups with people that are, you know, there's lots of businesses that are in the markets, it's too hot, and we'll try to connect with them, say, come pop up, bring your stuff into our place, and just set up and sell your stuff in nice AC during Christmas in July.
In a cold environment where you don't have to sit and bake in the sun.
Exactly.
Well, and then on the heels of that is back to school.
Yes.
And you guys have the lunch boxes. We have to talk about the lunch boxes.
We do a box lunch. We do a bag lunch as well, which is a little less expensive, but the box lunch includes a sandwich and a cookie and chips.
Okay.
And so those are great for office lunches too.
Yeah, that would be great if you have an event or something and
Yes.
you're looking for lunches for people, because everybody gets their own. It's like really, really good. They can kind of choose I love that. They can choose what they want. That's perfect.
Right. And we can do the sandwich form of that. You just take out the cookie, you just have the chips and the sandwich. And we do have kids' meals as well. And the kids' meal usually has a drink with a modified sandwich, because kids can be really picky. And, you know, it's a different, you get all these signature gourmet sandwiches is a little more expensive than a half turkey and cheese.
Yeah, which is all they want anyway.
So we do a kids' meal as well.
I love it. Well, and it's an easy way for parents to just get a jump on the day.
Yes.
Not have to worry about it. I mean, there's already enough things to do as you're trying to get out the door in the morning when school goes back in session. So I love that this is an easy option where they can just grab and go, you know?
Yep.
And healthy. They can feel good about it too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Send their kids to school with a healthy lunch. So for the catering, if people are trying to reach out to you for catering, what's the best way that you would recommend that they get in touch with you?
So I would say you call the store.
Yeah, okay.
You know, honestly, if you're doing a direct catering order that you want to pick up, then call one of the locations.
Okay.
Go to our website, greatharvesthenderson.com. You can order through the website. Now you're getting pushed into Easy Cater, who is our partner with catering.
Okay.
And that's if you're way out somewhere and you're like, I need this delivered.
Yeah.
Easy Cater then provides the delivery service for us. So, and everything is on that website. You know, if you click on catering on our website, it takes you through to Easy Cater.
Okay.
If you want to pick up, and have a little extra sort of special attention, and it's better for us if you're going to pick up to call us directly, because obviously Easy Cater takes their piece, and so we like to work directly with the client if we can, but it's whatever suits the client, really.
And you guys customize quite a bit of orders
We
too,
do.
right?
Absolutely, we do.
Okay. And what's the typical size for a catering job for you guys?
We can do anywhere from 10 people to 100 people. Like, it really just depends.
Okay.
You know, we have a woman who likes to come to us directly. We're doing 100 people. It's a breakfast order. She's doing a grand opening. We're delivering it to her early in the morning. It's just scones and bars and, you know, coffee and breakfast items.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love that. And I love that early in the morning for us is already midday for you guys at the bakery.
Yeah.
So by 8 o'clock in the morning, you're like, we're already almost done here, you know?
That's right.
So funny. Well, and the last piece of the pie, you touched on this a little bit, but it was the gift ideas. I mean, you guys have I know you mentioned bringing it out during Christmas in July, but you guys have cool gifts that people can come and grab and go with year round.
We do. So years ago, when we acquired the bakeries, they had very little retail product. They had things like jam and honey and Frontier soup.
Okay.
And then that was kind of it.
Yeah.
And I saw the potential there because, you know, we have access to the market, like the Las Vegas gift shows here.
Okay.
We can go and we can see what they have, and we kind of curate for our own bakeries items kind of that build around the bread, build around the kitchen.
Cozy stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
And one day I was in, and Marie Osmond, when Donnie and Marie used to have their show
I love
here.
Donnie and Marie.
Do you love them?
Yes.
So she would come into our store quite frequently because she gets her nails done beside, she would get her nails done at Premier Nails beside us. Anyway, and so she would come in the evenings, and she would, one day I watched her, and she was like picking up all this stuff, she spent, I don't know, $150 in dish towels and things like that. And I was like, aha.
This is a great idea.
You know, there's more here that I can do. And we try to create an exciting bakery too, which we want people to come in and say, oh, what is she doing this time?
Yeah.
You know, what is she bringing this in this season? And so I really tried to find things like dish towels and aprons and things where you can come and you can buy a gift for your neighbor. You can buy a teacher gift. It can be something you eat. It can be something that can last longer. You know, whether it's a jam or a jelly or a hot chocolate mix or a specialty tea or a cute mug, something like that. And so we keep the price point pretty low. Not low, but you can spend $10, you can spend $15, you can spend $25. The other thing we do is you might want to we can make a gift basket for you on the spot with all the items that you choose.
I love this.
Like right away.
Yeah.
So you don't have to order in advance. You can just come in, pick off the shelves, and take a nice gift, anywhere from $10 to $200.
Well, it's become my go-to for our partners during the holidays. As you know, I'm always like, all right, I need my little mini muffin or my mini loaves. But I also love to go in there if you have like a birthday or a friend's, whatever it might be. I know that if I go there, I'm always going to be able to find something that's cute, unique, that's different from what they're going to find anywhere else. And I love it. It's my easy grab and go spot for my gift items now. So.
I have a man he works in construction. And he calls me often.
Yeah.
And he'll say, Kim, I need a basket.
Yeah.
I want to pick it up tomorrow. It's for a guy who's healthy, and he likes the sweets though too.
Yeah.
So he just gives me the parameters.
Yeah.
I'm like, how much do you want to spend, Dave?
Yeah.
He's like, $150.
You're
All
like,
right,
here
I'll
you
be
go.
here. And so we curate around the person.
I love that. You don't have to think about it. You're going to do all the thinking for them.
We do all the thinking. We try to make it as easy as possible.
That's awesome.
And then we do a lot of large gift volumes for people like doctors or dentists or attorneys who say, hey, Kim, here's my 30 baskets, here's my addresses, I want to spend this much, and I said, and they drop the cards off.
Yep.
And I handle it.
That's amazing.
It's
that's
and
so
then
nice.
and then I bill them.
Yeah.
And then I have a driver who will do gift
All the
baskets,
drop-offs.
all the drop-offs.
Oh my God, there's so much time saved. That's amazing. Okay, I love this.
And that can happen anytime during the year. I have one client who calls not just at holiday time. He was, let's do a fall thing. Let's do a Halloween.
Yep.
So we do a Halloween theme and gives
I actually
me
love the idea of
20
doing gifting
names
during Halloween.
Yeah, or even in the summer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When it's not like the peak of the rush of all the holiday stuff. That's a great idea.
And I really try to make it simple. That's where I play a big part in is call me. I'm the owner. I'll make it happen.
Yeah.
And I had someone say once, I can count on Kim she always delivers.
Yeah.
And I thought, do people not deliver? Like, are there people out there who actually don't deliver when they say they're going to do? Because if it's going to be there on this time, it's there.
Yeah.
And it's done. Yeah.
But this is also one of the great things about working with small businesses, because we're working directly with the owner. We can talk to you. It's not some bot that is not going to be able to answer our questions. Like, and you know, the ideas that you generate from having done this for so long, like, it's such a load off to be able to say, here's the person, help me with this gift, and trust your judgment, you know,
Right.
and just not have to worry about it. Because half the time, thinking of a gift is the hardest part, you know? So I love it. I love it. Well, we've covered a lot today. I guess my final question for you would be, what would you hope the customers feel when they come into Great Harvest?
I want them to feel like they're seen. I really do. I want customers, whether it's a customer who comes in all the time that we say, hey, Rhonda, hey, Betty,
Yeah.
you know, hey, George, that we know who they are, and we have our staff, our team, they know who they are and they know what they order. And I listen to Danielle in the mornings, and she's like, hey, George, do you want your, you know, whatever it might be? And she knows their order, and she knows what they want, and she acts quickly. I want them to be seen, and I want, if they're the first person, if it's the first time in, I want them to feel like they want to come back because of the experience that they've had. We know our product is excellent.
Yes.
We know that we use the great ingredients. Everything's fresh. We know that.
Yep.
And we have established that, you know, consistency. And so we want the customer experience to be as amazing.
I love it so much. Well, if people want to reach out to you, where can they find you?
GreatHarvestHenderson.com, Great Harvest Henderson. I mean, really, they
Henderson
can find
on
us.
Instagram.
Yes, Great Harvest Henderson, Great Harvest Henderson, Great Harvest
Yes.
Henderson.
Easy to find.
Yeah, that's right. On Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok, on, you know, the social media platforms, and the website as well, GreatHarvestHenderson.com.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, if you guys are looking for a lunch item, a breakfast item, a catering option, a gift idea, pretty much you name it, go check out Great Harvest Henderson. We absolutely love it, and we thank you for making the time to join us today.
Thanks for having me.
Yep, and thank you to all of you for listening or watching along with us. We'll see you next time.